Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I've got a Temu haul for you today. And then at the end, for those of you that are still interested, I did some more antiquing today. I can't help it, which I really need to help it, right? But so I got 14 books, but I'm only going to show 4 on this episode if you're still interested or still watching come that point. But let's get started. It's just a small Temu haul because, you know, we have to kind of spread out the love now that Temu is that, since I'm just not ordering as much from them. And I know from my last video that I had it was like rock star craft items, because I really had some great craft items, but I think that made some people not watch it if they don't like crafts. And I don't ever do, or at least I don't now ever do, a full video of just craft things, but I will throw some in there. But I've got other things besides crafts, so I hope that you will consider watching, because I don't know yet what my thumbnail is going to be, but yeah, I want you guys to still watch, even even if you have to fast forward through the crafty bits. All right, so the first thing is a crafty bit. I've gotten these before, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what happened to them. But these are just cool seed packet envelopes. So if you are a gardener, because we're getting to that time of the year where it's probably time to start sowing your garden for things like broccoli, cabbage, all those still winter vegetables if you do that. And so why would you need these instead of the ones they come in? I don't know. Maybe you like to have everything with a similar look, or maybe when you open up your bags of seeds, they get really damaged afterwards. And so this lets you kind of keep track. And they do, I think, sell like photo album kind of things where you can put these in so that you have them all together. Now, I've done gardening at periods in the past in my life, but where I live now, this house, there's just a bunch of, well, I've talked about the radioactivity of the creek that runs behind the house. Now, the Army Corps of Engineers didn't find that our soil was bad, but you never know. So I'm just not really too interested in growing things in the actual ground. And as far as growing things in container gardens, I don't know. I have a passion for it when it first starts, but then it wanes before I can fully realize the bounty of all the work that it would take. But anyway, these are also great for crafty reasons. You know, it is an actual envelope, so even if you just are wanting a cute envelopes to put things in like that. But I also have in my shop, my Etsy shop, I have these flower ephemera. Some of them are double-sided, but some of them are not. But I was thinking I could, you know, trim this up a little bit and I could make my own like seed packets. And I thought maybe when I create some ephemera packs that I could put some of these together in them. And maybe I would need to kind of distress this a little bit because this is really white. But yeah, I could make my own little seed packets. So I think you get 50. Well, here. But see, don't these kind of remind you of like seed packets? So I just thought those would be a cute thing to go together. And there are 50 in here, and they have different styles of these, but I preferred the ones that kind of had this style font to it. But they have a variety, and it's a really thin craft kind of bag, but yeah, I like those. So let's see what I paid. all of these items save one are in the same order. So that'll make things a little bit easier. And it did let me, because this is the same order that had stuff in it that I did on my last video, so it will let me link the whole order. So I will just be doing that again. So you'll be able to see the things we've already done, the things that are yet to be, and that'll be great. Okay, so seed envelopes. My throat is still kind of gunky. Okay, I paid $3.15 and I got one price adjustment. I'm like really low today, aren't I? Can I get this adjusted a little bit better maybe? When I film, I know some people film with their phone and a device. I just film with this one thing. So, I don't know, hopefully it's a little off center sometime, especially if I would roll my chair over, I could be more centered, but let's try. I've got like divots in the plastic thing that's covering the carpet that kind of make the chair, because I'm normally facing this way for work, but all right. So I said $3.15, one price adjustment, and they are currently $3.15 for 50. Sometimes they have 20-piece sets, but those are sold out. And they do recommend on here you would want to maybe put some self-stick adhesive. You know, like if you have strips of adhesive, putting some of that on here so that it can be closed if you were going to actually use it for what it's for. But my thought is, if you do use that, when you rip it back open, you're not going to be able to reuse it. So just keep that in mind, because it is very thin paper. All right. So how you been? You can see that I'm now kind of filming every other day, hopefully, is the new goal, to keep up with the supply and demand of my purchases. So hopefully that's definitely a far cry from filming every day like I used to, but times change, circumstances change, and you have to make do with what you got. All right. I'm so torn about whether to keep this kind of stuff, because you guys, if I start doing my auctions on Whatnot, I'm gonna probably wish I had some reusable things like this. So maybe I'm gonna keep that. Like, I need more stuff, but yes, okay. This I saw on TikTok, and it wasn't a TikTok for Temu. It was just a TikTok for this particular item, which I then found on Temu. So that's what I do. You know, if I'm watching TikTok or Instagram, if I find something that I really like, I'll go and see if Temu has it, because I don't need it right away. And sure enough, they had it. This is a car phone holder. And I have tried a lot of different things to hold my phone in the car. Like, you can get the things that'll go into the air vents, but those are never very sturdy, because the air vent, you know, it's based on where the vents are pointed, and it's very easy to shift those, or the weight of one of these things pulls it down. So those have never worked very well for me as a whole. So this one looked like it would work better, and I'm trying to think how this one works. I think I'll check a video if there's a video, but I think that like your dashboard is supposed to go here, and it's got rubber stuff to keep it from moving, but this is not flat. So, but of course you put your, okay, you push to expand to hold your phone in. So, but what I'm trying to figure out if this part, oh, well, okay, well, I obviously need to look at the directions, so let me look this up. They made it seem really simple. But yeah, this is the part that was on the dashboard. It's just this part that I'm trying to figure out, because it doesn't feel like it wants to open to, like, I don't think it's supposed to be that hard to maneuver. Okay, I paid $314. Oh, figures, it's discontinued. So let me look for another one that looks just like it. All right, here's another one that looks just like it. Easy to install, 360-degree rotation, non-slip dashboard mount. You can also put it on your visor. You can put it, like if you've got, well, so I'm just trying to figure out how it is that they, oh, you can put it on your mirror. Well, I don't know if I'd put it up there, but I liked because it seemed sturdy. I just am trying to figure out how they are maneuvering this piece. Like, it's very tight, and I don't feel like they are, let me see if there's just a picture. It's suitable for anywhere from a 4-inch phone to a 7.2-inch phone. And it rotates 360 degrees around, or 180 degrees this way. But how are they? Maybe they're just they're just manhandling it. So mine feels a little bit tighter than that, but they are, in the video, they were literally just pulling this out, down, and sliding it in. So I guess that's what helps keep it from moving too much. Now this one is, like I said, it's pretty rounded. So I don't know how well it's, they're like, some of them in the listings look a little bit flatter than this. So I'll just have to see, I guess. Maybe I'll have to get Jason, watch, I won't have a dashboard that this will work with, and I'll have to put it like on my visor or something. But yeah, you just pull it down and slide it in there, I guess. So, okay, well, the one that, I don't know how it works when you share a whole order, if things are sold out, I think, or discontinued. I think that they show up gray, but the one that we just looked at, or that I looked at that had the video, they're calling it a universal car phone holder, easy to install, 360-degree rotation, non-slip dashboard mount. And this one's $329, so just a little bit more expensive than the one that I did. So if you're interested in that, use some of those keywords to find one, but there's lots of people that have it, local and regular. I just feel like I have something stuck. Oh, it did have a little sticky piece here. I guess I don't know where you'd put that. But anyway, I'm hopeful that'll be a decent thing, because right now my phone just sits in the drink well, and granted, my phone's the only phone that actually would connect automatically to the van, because nobody else really wants theirs to connect to the van. And it's kind of a pain, because whenever I'm trying to play or to use directions on my phone, it's trying to play it through the van, and it doesn't work for some reason. And so I then have to go and swipe down and change it to, instead of playing through the van, to play through the phone so I can actually hear it. So there's some times where it's kind of annoying when it auto connects like that. But all right, next I got a sippy cup, really is probably what you would call this, and it is marketed for children, but I thought it might be nice for me. So it comes with a user manual, which is probably just telling you how to wash it. I throw this away. And it's silicone, so it should be dishwasher safe. Throw away at the first signs of damage or weakness. Can be washed by hand and in the dishwasher. Wash after every use. Don't use abrasive sponges. And it might stain if you get strongly colored foods in it. So anyway, this is supposed to be a won't fall over kind of deal, which I thought would be nice at work. How many things do I need to drink things at work? Well, not as many as I have. I'm trying to get this lid off. All right, so the lid looks like that. It definitely goes in there really well. And they show a lot of these they make you think you can get them customized, like for your child, but all the ones that I went in that look like that, they were just the plain cup. But they do sell the stickers and stuff that you can put on the outsides of these, the same kind that you would use on those glass bottles with the bamboo lid. A lot of those would work on these too. So it's a small, you know, probably like a cup of tea kind of size, and it would certainly keep your tea warm for a good period of time. And then it comes with the straw, with the, you know, to keep it from being pulled all the way out. But it would be good, I would think, for people that have children and want something that is like a sippy cup. But like for us, when our kids were sippy cup age, they would destroy sippy cups pretty quickly. And maybe they would with this too. You know, I don't know how well silicone holds up to a lot of chewing, but the sippy cups that, well, I guess this is a little bit different because it's a straw, and a sippy cup more has, you know, like the spout that you would drink out of. But yeah, I feel like this might be a good travel cup for kids too, because there really isn't very much room around that straw. So if for some reason they dropped it, perhaps it wouldn't all spill out before you could get it picked up, unless of course you're driving and they're all the way in the back. But you know, anyway, these come in lots of different colors, and I think they were pretty reasonably priced. So I paid $3.80. I got 3 price adjustments. That is the dark blue, but they also have yellow, green, blue, gray, purple, apricot, and brown. And it is a practice drinking safely. Anti-fall and non-breakable silicone learning drinking cup for kids. Easter gift. And they show somebody filling it with liquid and then squeezing it and it not coming out. But obviously if it was totally full and you squeezed it, it would come out. I mean, that's the power of water, right? But it is currently $3.32. So yeah, I wanted to try it, like I said, for like a cup of hot tea. See how long it would keep it warm. It didn't say on the listing anything like that, so I don't know. All right, next I got a towel holder. So you would say wrap this around your stove handle. Okay, so it's not the same on both ends. So whichever end you like better, I guess, is the one you'd show. And my crafty inky towel that I just always have here. So you could do it like that and have it hanging from your stove. And this feels like a polyester kind of knit. And see, I'm getting useful things, right? Okay, I paid $3.03. It's a one-piece hand woven. Okay, this one is sold out, so let me go into a different one. They have a bunch of these. Well, shoot. Let me find one that's a little bit more reasonable. They've got one. Let me go back. Sometimes if you go out and then go back into the item, it brings up different. Okay, well, this isn't quite the same. There's a 3-piece set. Macrame is kind of what this would be like. But the three-piece set is local warehouse and it's $12. But oh, you can also put it around the rod and then put the towel through this if you prefer this kind of way for it to hang. I probably would prefer that, and then it's not gonna slide around as much as if it were in here with the stove handle. So yeah, so I'm guessing, you know, let me see what they called this, but you could do your own search and find another single kind of option, but it's called a hand woven, or words you could use: hand woven macrame art deco crochet towel holder ring. So towel holder ring would probably get you there if you were interested. I think it came in different colors, but I can't tell you that now. So, and this one is just sold out, so this one could come back in stock. Yeah, it originally came in 3 different colors, but you didn't get to pick what color you got. They had like a purplish pink one and a mustardy one. I think this was probably the only one that was in stock when I got it. All right. Next, we'll do some postcards. These are like the Valentine's Day postcards that I showed before, but these are Easter ones. Did I tell you when I went into the antique store here in town, somebody was selling the Temu ones that I showed you guys? Yep, they were selling them for like $1 a piece, and I'm like, those aren't old. What's up with that? These are the kind of thing, though, that I would stick in an ephemera pack. they come with stickers like the other ones did. I don't really get that, but they're just Easter themed, and they're, you know, designed to look like the old antique ones. But yeah, these will be good in, like, I don't know. Well, like I said, if people buy things from from my shop and it's underweight, I could put one of these in there to kind of get it up to the 1 ounce weight. But they would also be great in like a bird ephemera pack, flower, you know, obviously an Easter ephemera pack. I don't know that I have a lot of Easter things per se though, but I think you get 12. Yep, it looks like 12 postcards, and you could use them as postcards. They're plain on the back, but you could use them, put them on a, make it a card front and put it on, you know, cardstock and make a full card out of it. Or any of your other crafty. I've seen some people take, now the fact that they do it with the old ones is kind of hurts me, even though I tear books apart. But they might take this and kind of fussy cut it out to where it's just the bird and the flowers, and then, you know, just is something different if you're not really into the full card size. I wish, I said this before, I wish people still sent postcards more often. Like, mail as a whole is just not very, just people just don't do it very much anymore. It's a lost art. Well, now, shoot, now if the kids sent postcards, it would just be like LOL, you know, like abbreviation, because they don't talk in full sentences anymore. So it would be it would almost be like shorthand, you know, trying to read shorthand, I think. All right, those postcards, I paid $2.02, and they're called 12-piece vintage Easter postcards, assorted Victoria style animal printed greeting cards with rabbits, chicks, and eggs, multicolor paper floor mount cutoffs for Easter and Thanksgiving, and for friends and family. And they're still $2.02, and just for cost comparison wise, an original postcard like that would go for about $2 from, you know, back in the day. All right, time for some water. Yeah, so Jason and I went to the new estate liquidator place down in South County today. They were like the sister store to the one we went to in the mall that I showed you guys all those fashion books from. And they had a whole set. All their books are $10, which, you guys, that's really on the expensive side for some books. But luckily, when I got up to check out, and I was willing to pay the $10, and I figured some books that I got are worth more than 10 and some were definitely not. Well, they only I got 14 and they only charged me 100. So I got 4 free, and that's if he even counted them correctly. I feel like he just kind of rummaged through. I mean, I know I had more than 4. I mean, I know I had at least 14, but I feel like I might have had 15 or 16, but some of them were kind of small. So I might have gotten a better deal than I thought. But yeah, aside from that, they didn't really have a whole lot of, it wasn't as big as the one lady made it seem, but they did have a lot of books, but a lot of their books are wrapped in like cellophane or plastic, and you can't look inside. And for someone like me that's only buying it because I plan to deconstruct it, I can't buy those then because I don't know what I'm getting. So that was there were a few that I thought I might have gotten if I could have seen inside, but alas, it doesn't work that way. So those are probably, I guess, maybe more for collectors that already know what it looks like, or they are taking the time to Google the book. Like there was one I tried Googling to see if I could see inside pictures, and a lot of people that sell books online, they just put the cover. So yeah. But yeah, I think I got some good stuff, and I'm going to show you, like I said, 4 things later. All right, next is our jewelry for the day. Oh. All right, well, this is, I'm not going to wear this, you guys. Look at that. That is huge. For comparison purposes, I mean, wow. Okay, so in this case, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's just obnoxious. So, in what circumstance would I ever actually wear this ring? I don't know. Like it's unrealistically big. It's pretty. I mean, it's not that it's not pretty. It's got somewhat beveling. I don't know. What do you call that? It's like a princess cut center stone. And it's, you know, it's pretty from the sides. And it's got like dust chips kind of in the band. Not, you can't really see that, but wow. Well, I don't know, maybe if you were going to a fancy, would you wear this? Where would you wear this? It's so big. So I was gonna say, maybe if you were going to like a fancy event, but people at fancy events probably have real ones of these. Okay, so I paid $3.85. It does look big in the picture, but you know, I always just assume they've tricked the photography out with that. I got 3 price adjustments. They're calling it a cushion cut, romantic cushion cut 3-stone engagement ring. Now, I probably picked it because it looks so dazzling, but mine doesn't have all the cuts to make it look that dazzling. So, so yeah, I don't know. I can't picture ever wearing this out in public. But if you like it, it's available in sizes 6 through 10, and it's currently $242. But yeah, it looks way prettier in the picture because it looks like it's got way more cuts in it than it really has in real life. I mean, in real life, it really just looks like a piece of glass with a few cuts in it. All right, well, that's a little unfortunate. All right, next then I've got a book of sorts. This is one of those infinity books, never ending, where you go through here, you get to the end, and then you can start all over. And so it's it's accordion style, but you can use every single piece of it to make your own book, and it can be as thick or as chunky as you want. And then it does come with 2 pieces of leather to close it. Two pieces or 1 piece? 1 piece of leather cord. So this would be a good like beginner piece if you wanted to create your own junk journal because it gives you everything you need, and then you just put your own ephemera and stuff. What is my problem? This thing is super slick. Have I asked you guys this? Do you say ephemera or ephemera? I watched some channel, it's been a long time ago, and the person pronounced it ephemera, which is how it's spelled, but I'd never heard anybody call it ephemera before. But now when I see the word written, I hear ephemera because that's how it's spelled, but I call it ephemera. Not that you care, but just curious for those of you that do craft, what do you call it? Okay, that photo album, $2.69, and you can get all black or you can get it with the craft color on the outside, and it's currently $2.79. One piece scrapbook photo album, hardcover, expandable, folding adventure book, craft paper, DIY accessory set for wedding, anniversary, and Valentine's Day. Perfect gift for couples and memory keepers. That's a great way to call it, memory keepers. And then the last thing in this bag, although I have 2 more Temu items not in this bag. This is another practical thing. Our main bathroom, the sink plug, the part that keeps it working with the pull stick, broke. It was like a plastic part and it broke. And yes, that would be very easy to just go get another one, but I ended up ordering these from Temu. You get a pack of 2. This comes off. It's just protecting the cover, but you would just stick this whole thing in, and it's got, you know, a rubber, I don't know if this would be called a gasket or not, but to hopefully keep it to where you could fill the sink if you wanted to. And it's a push button. So, well, it looks a little grungy, but it's because I need to pull that blue stuff off. But we had, in the interim between having something to go in there, we did have a pair of tweezers fall in, and I had to get my squeezy tool that's on like a long metal thing that's got little prongs that come out at the end. I had to get that to pull that out of there. So we figured with this, having this basket here, that would also help catch things that perhaps would fall in. But I don't know. I mean, there's not a whole lot of space there, so it should be pretty difficult for things to accidentally fall in. But if they did, it would be recoverable, and you get 2. So I'll have to let you know how those work. Right now, we've just got a mesh, the mesh part, so you can't fill it up with water right now. But we figured we better do that in the interim, just so other things don't fall down there. But that 2-piece set, I paid $307 and got 1 price adjustment. Mine is sold out, but there's lots of other people that have it. But it's a 2-piece pop-up bathroom sink stopper with stainless steel drain, filter, and hair catcher. So that's another thing, because everybody in my family has long hair. It would help with that. Now it does say fits 1.1 to 1.29 inch drains. I, of course, didn't think to measure, so hopefully that won't be a problem. I guess if it is, then I'll return it, utilizing Temu's awesome return policy. And yeah, so another useful, practical thing. All right. Next, we've got hopefully a really pretty sweater. Although, it looks better in the picture. Well, let's show you. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb first. just in case my dad sends me any more messages. Oh, well, his would come through. That wouldn't help any. But just so I don't have any random pop-ups. Okay. This sweater, I paid $22.23. It is currently $22.23. It's available in 1XL to 5XL. And it is a women's plus size casual V-neck cardigan, 100% polyester knit fabric, color block with contrast sequin detail, medium stretch, oversized fall winter coat. So it looks really, I think it looks really classy on her. So you can see the sequins there. I just think that is a really classy look, but I think the back side, yeah, the back side is just plain. But these sequins don't really look as, I don't know, I guess we'll see. We have our wadded up moisture wicking paper. All right, well, I don't know. What do you think? It does have the pearl buttons, you know, which helps, you know, kind of draw in. But these sequins, you guys, they remind me of the things that you would put over 3-hole punch when they're going bad. Like I don't know. But some of them are embedded, some of them are not. So it gives that kind of sparkly look, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? The sleeves have it too. Maybe it's not as bad as I think. It's a really pretty pink color. And I like pink and black, so it's probably fine. I'll give it a try, although these sleeves look very thin, like I'm gonna be stretching out the sleeves, looking like that, and that may not be too attractive. But and it's not soft because of the sequins, but this part here that doesn't have sequins, it's a little bit rougher of a, like I wouldn't think, oh, soft, you know. It's kind of like this. This one's not very soft either. Temu sweater. And then I've got on my, I could, but I don't want to. Now, I didn't realize, you guys, I'm not into horoscopes and whatnot. So like there was a sticker over this, so I probably wouldn't have bought it actually if I don't even know what, no offense to Virgos, but that's not my cup of tea really. So I don't know if I would have bought it, but I really like this sentiment. I could, but I don't want to. So this was a Five Below shirt and I like the colors too, but yeah, I'm like, nobody would notice that. And most people that would notice it would not care, right? So anyway, all right, well, 22 bucks for this. I don't know. I mean, it kind of shimmers. It's just looking at it up close, it looks kind of, just looks kind of, I don't know, cheap. Oh, and here's one that's like got an extra. So I don't know. But it feels like it would be a warm sweater, which is nice. It's, again, super cold. It snowed again last night. And we had actually thunder the night before. And the radar was totally pink and purple. So we had a lot of thunder. It was weird, right? You don't expect to have thunder this time of year. But luckily, whatever ice and stuff came down pretty much melted away, I guess, when it hit the ground, or I don't know, because it didn't last. Now the snow from last night was pretty much just a dusting, but it's still, so the roads and stuff were fine, but like you can still see the snow on grass. All right, the last Temu item, you guys, came from local warehouse, and it is a blanket that I've been wanting. At least I think it is. I guess I'm assuming that's what this one was. I'm pretty sure it said that the blanket was delivered. But I had been wanting this blanket for a long time because it reminds me of a bedspread that I had when I was a kid, and it's looking cloudy in my picture now. I probably need to clean the lens on this thing. But this is a fuzzy blanket, I think, and it is, sorry, maybe it's me, but it feels like it's getting cloudy all of a sudden. And that's kind of bugging me. We're 46 minutes in. Why is it just now bugging me? I'm trying to make sure I don't cut the blanket. Or show my address. But it is a pastel rainbow blanket. Ugh, still not enough. I sure hope. It looked huge in the picture, like it would be super huge and fluffy. And this doesn't make me think that it's going to be. Nor does it make me feel like it's the same one that I ordered. All right, you guys. Ready? I didn't get that satisfying whoosh sound, but, well, it is really soft, but and this was the smaller of the two sizes that I could have gotten. So one side is just the low pile side, but it's super fluffy. And then here is so it's, I don't know, do they call it like faux rabbit fur? But it is pretty. I do like it. Almost like rainbow tie-dye though. Like it's not striped. So I'm hoping this will make the cats want to spend more time, because I'm going to use this on my side of the bed. So I'm kind of hoping that it'll make the cats whenever the cats get on this kind of thing, they start making biscuits. And then they settle in. So yeah, it's kind of hard to show, but it's pretty. For some reason, I just wasn't thinking it was supposed to be like tie-dye style. Like, what is going on here? It's just the way it's cut. Yeah, that's weird, right? It doesn't brush out, so I don't know. It's like it's going the wrong direction. Like that piece is going, I was trying to, for some reason it looked like there was a hole there. Yeah, because you don't have that down here, so it's almost like this. They've got it, the pile going the wrong, the opposite directions or something. But that's probably just where they had to piece different pieces together. So anyway, I bet it will be plenty warm. I didn't want to get, they've got those huge ones on Temu that look like they're this thick. So I didn't want one like that. So this is a good, and the fact that this side is low pile will actually be nicer, I think, than if it were all like this. But yeah, I like that. So let's look it up. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm wearing black because now I've got the fuzz literally all over me. Ugh. Okay, this one was all by itself. I paid $13.25, and all of our other blankets that we have like that, we've either bought from Marshall's or Costco. The Costco ones are definitely more substantial, so the Marshall's one would be more comparable to this, I think. And Marshall's, the one that I have on my bed right now, I probably paid $18 for it. And they also had this one that probably would have been big enough for the whole bed, but Jason and I use different top blankets because he's hot all the time, and I also like to be cold at night, but I want the option of covering up more or not. So he tends to use like those blankets that are low pile on both sides. But this one was a 50 by 60 inch, and I paid $13.25, but it is retailing right now for $22.93. Is this one that I just got a huge? No, it's $22.11 right now. I don't know, but they're calling it rabbit fleece blanket. Yeah, see this one in the picture, well, maybe not. Makes me think it's more striped than that. But up here in this little corner, it's not exactly striped, but it still looks more striped. I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess, but they probably stole this picture from a blanket that actually looks more striped in real life. But it's still pretty. It still reminds me of the pastel ombre rainbow that I had when I was a kid. All right, so that's it for the Temu items. If that's all you're interested in, thank you so much for stopping by. I am going to show 4 items that I got at the craft or antique place, and we will do TV trivia to end. And then I think Jason's really wanting to play poker tonight, so I guess we'll see. All right. This first book that I got was the newest of the books that I picked up, and it's aircraft. I love transportation. I think transportation things make great ephemera pieces, whether it's trains, planes. I really like old cars. Oh my gosh, you guys. So, you know, I've fallen down the whatnot, the whatnot hole. Yesterday, I don't know if it was a coping mechanism or what, but when we were over with my mom, I had whatnot open, and I go to the ephemera shows, and I was seeing cool things. One show, all they had were tea cards, which are like cigarette cards, only they were made to go with tea. And they were selling complete sets for like $3. And I paid more for some of them because they were birds, and I was willing to pay more for those. But I got some really cool, but one of them I got, I think, was cars, like old cars. And I think those are fun. So I mean, back in the day, they used to have so many different cars that make what we have today like pale in comparison. And I don't know if it's a result of regulations or pricing or tariffs, you know, for bringing cars in from overseas, if that's really kind of nailed that down. Obviously, we had the big, the crash in '08 that a lot of car companies had problems with. But yeah, I just love looking at that. So this one was aircraft, and this is, it's not, I don't even think it's a vintage book technically. Yeah, 2006. So in a couple years, it'll be considered vintage, but it's full of illustrations of planes. Now it does have like real picture. Well, I don't know if that was a real picture. It does have, you know, real pictures, but I just really liked these illustrations. They'd be great for fussy cutting. And it's just a whole book full of, and it tells you kind of where they were, like what country used them, a history about it. And yeah, so I just thought if I were going to make up some transportation ephemera packs, that this would be kind of a nice ones to have. I feel like I saw a TWA when I was looking through here. The very first plane I flew on was a TWA. But anyway, so I thought that was really neat. And in the back, it's got kind of like timeline kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna sneeze, so hang on. Okay, I usually sneeze 3 times, so I gotta like hold off. All right, then I found a whole shelf. So in this estate place, they had a whole section of just books. All the books were $10, and it was pretty much concrete cinder blocks with wood boards is how they were shelved. And they actually did try to have, like, there was a whole section of war books, there was a whole section of just like cookbooks, you know, that kind of thing. Well, I found one shelf that was like yearbooks, and I love yearbooks, and I found some, like this one, I actually brought 2 down, but this one is from Washington University, 1919. It's their yearbook. Their yearbook was called The Hatchet for some reason, but 1919, so antique at this point. And it's got, you know, a book plate that I can harvest from that. And it's just got artwork from students, the honor roll. So it's just a great like look into the past. The paper is fantastic. And then it's got, you know, the actual picture section. So isn't that cool? You could make that into a bookmark. And oh, it's got great fonts, you know, things that people drew for the fonts. But it's got, before each like section, like WashU is well known for medicine and doctor, you know, you want a doctor that went to WashU. So they have a medic section that are, so each of the sections are these like drawings, and there's class pictures. So people that really like, or even, you know, people that do ID cards would like that kind of thing. If you were, you know, football season, so it's got great like titles, or even, you know, the 1917 and the A from that would be great. But my favorite part And what I probably kind of wished, like, I could see going back to the store to get more of these, because there were, I only took 3, I think, and there was, like I said, a whole shelf of these. But in the back, it's got the advertisements for all the people that sponsored the yearbook. So these are great. Ralston Purina is from here. So you've got Purina Branzos Hurry Ups, a delicious muffin made from Purina Branzos. They are delicious, nutritious, and laxative. So I just love that. And then there's also all of these little comics throughout this advertising section. One of them is actually on Gregory's birthday, and one of them was on Jason's. Like, here's the one on Gregory's birthday, and they didn't have my birthday, but you know, there's different sizes of advertisements, but these are like great. Some full page kind of things. I'm trying to find one that I read like when I was on the way home that I thought was good. Well, I don't know. But yeah, I love Drink Old Judge Coffee. Ask your grocer. It brightens the intellect and is so good. I mean, they're not overly decorative. You know, usually when companies advertise, like I have several different things like this that have sponsors in the back, and they're not the overly decorative advertisements like you would see in a magazine, but they still have some great fonts and that kind of thing. A knock with a hatchet is a boost for the only high-grade ice cream. Or this full page ad for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. So yeah, so that's what I really liked that one for. And then this one was a yearbook, Hig Big from 1936, or Hig B. This turned out to be a high school in Pittsfield, Illinois, Chauncey L. Higbee High School. And this one was interesting because it's got, see how it's like metallic pictures. Now this one is an actual like plate that could be pulled out, but this one, watch it be lead. And here I am touching it. I don't know what made them like this, but see, these are great pictures for ID cards, and they're of course cool because they have handwritten names under them. And got some more, like if you're a Seven Plaza fan, these would be great for ID cards. But then they also, what I liked about it, well, then you've got, you know, your little individual pictures. And what's great is they're plain on the back. So unlike the more modern yearbooks that print on both sides, this one only prints on both sides when it's the names and stuff. So this one, it ends up being full pages that you can take out and easily cut because you're not having to worry about what's on the back. And then they had last will and testament page for the seniors, but then they also had these pictures back here, which again, it's that metallic-y kind of paint or ink or whatever, and they're plain on the back. So I should have gotten more of these, but when I thought I was having to pay $10 for every book, this is a pretty small book, so $10 seemed like it would have been too much for that. But But yeah, and this one I don't think it had advertisements in the back because it's just a high school. But it had a spot for autographs, but there were no one filled any out on this poor person's, which I don't even know whose this was. I don't think it's got a name on the inside or anything. But yeah, no autographs and no advertisements. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. And some people would harvest this and like cut it in half and get, you know, a front and a back cover out of that. That would be pretty neat. I probably would, if I did cut this in half, match this with this and this with this so that each one would have at least something enticing on it. And then the last one I'm going to show you, I found 2 of these. They were just kind of sitting on the top like this. But I was like, well, that seems interesting. So I pulled it off. It is a German atlas of the world. So historical world atlas. And it's from a Bavarian, I had to use my Chrome translator. It's a Bavarian publishing company. And like I said, there were 2 of these. So I got both of them because these are like medieval maps. And let me get to, well, for one thing, it's German. So all of these like index pages are all German, which is interesting. And okay, hang on. This book is kind of falling apart. Both of them were, because the spine is. So I'll just, like, it's got map page. I mean, they're just different kinds of map pages. They're all labeled up there at the top to tell you kind of what they are. But this one I thought was unique for what I have ever seen, because some of the map pages are vellum. And I think they were probably designed to overlay whatever map page they were next to so that you could see additional information about it. But isn't that fantastic? So there's because when I first opened it, I was like, are the pages, did they bleed? Okay, hold on. Like, I opened it to like this. I'm like, why is it like blurry and like it's bled or something? Well, it's because it's the vellum page. And I don't know how many vellum pages there were, but then it's also got like the index in the back, which is all German. And like here's another one of these vellum pages. And then there's just different maps through time. Let me go back in here and find another couple. I showed that one. But yeah, so like some, you know, you've got 2 pages, or you've got, you know, multiple different maps. So I'm going to be making some map ephemera packs, I think, now that I'm starting to get more variety of map paper to make. So yeah, so there were 2 of these. So yeah, I was willing to pay $10 for each of those. I'd never seen anything like that. So yeah, I really enjoy. Now, I'm sure it probably mortifies some people that I take the books apart. Like, I got a children's book of verses, garden book of verses with Robert Louis Stevenson. It's my second copy, and it was an old one. And it probably would freak people out that I'm going to take that book apart. But it was sitting in a shop. Nobody wanted it. So at least if I pull it apart and put it in ephemera packs, maybe more people will get, you know, get to enjoy it. All right, you ready for TV trivia, those of you that are still here? All right. A dirty trench coat and a cigar were what detectives' trademarks? Name the car on Knight Rider. Who was the principal on Room 222? Who starred as Adam Quark on Quark? What product removes ring around the collar? Who portrayed Katie O'Connor on the Ann Sothern Show? What was Old Betsy to Davy Crockett? And what role does Linda Taylor play in All My Children? Okay, I know some of these, but not very many. A dirty trench coat and a cigar were what detectives' trademarks? Well, I think that's Columbo. Me, Jason, and Gracie watched through all of the Columbos, and that lines up with it. I loved Columbo. So also why I like Elsbeth on CBS Paramount, because she's like the female Columbo. It's just unfortunate that her episodes were only an hour, and Columbo's were either an hour and a half or 2 hours. So, because they were in that like mystery rotation on like Saturday nights or something. So Elsbeth suffers in that hers is truncated, and so she can come up with things faster than she really should be able to. But I still like it. Name the car on Knight Rider. Kit. And the voice of Kit was William Daniels, which we had on a different card. Guy from St. Elsewhere, married to Bonnie Bartlett, who was Grace Edwards on Little House on the Prairie. She was also on St. Elsewhere, but she was also, I think, she played Tim Allen's mother either in Home Improvement or Last Man Standing. I don't remember which one. All right, who was the principal on Room 222? I don't know. I never watched that show. Who starred as Adam Quark on Quark? I have no idea. What product removes ring around the collar? Well, so I want to say Tide, but that doesn't feel right. And they really don't do commercials for ring around the collar anymore, do they? I mean, I know men still wear suits and stuff, but or maybe it's just because there's very few channels I have to actually watch the commercials for anymore. But like, I don't think Spray and Wash was around back then. Maybe it was. So yeah, I don't think it's Tide, but Tide's the only thing that's coming to mind. Who portrayed Katie O'Connor on the Ann Sothern Show? I don't know. I'll say Ann Sothern just because, well, surely Ann Sothern was on her own show. What was Old Betsy to Davy Crockett? I'm going to say his horse. Or mule, or... surely he had a horse, right? To cross over the mountains. What role does Linda Taylor play in All My Children? No idea. All right. The dirty trench coat and cigar was Columbo. Name the car on Knight Rider. Kit. Who was the principal on Room 222? Seymour Kaufman. Who starred as Adam Quark on Quark? Richard Benjamin. Oh, what product removes ring around the collar? Whisk. Is that even still around, you guys? Whisk. Who portrayed Katie O'Connor on the Ann Sothern Show? It was Ann Sothern. Well, I'm glad I just tossed that out there. Did she was it like a variety show where she played like Carol Burnett? Like, I don't know. But yes, Ann Sothern. Yay. Okay. What was Old Betsy to Davy Crockett? His rifle. Okay. That makes more sense. And then, what role does Linda Taylor play in All My Children? Nina Cortlandt Warner. I probably said that wrong. So I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3. Well, 3 is actually pretty good. I consider 3 to be pretty good for these. So, all right. Well, there you go. There's our TV trivia. So I want to say thank you for those of you that have watched this whole video. I appreciate all of you so much. Let me make sure I don't need to do a shout out. I do offer channel memberships now, and I have 3 different levels, and levels 2 and 3 come with a shout out on the channel. And let me make sure that I don't miss somebody. All right, nope, no new people to mention for the shout out. But thank you to everybody that is a member. If you subscribe, that's awesome. My subscribers are, I've gotten a lot of subscribers lately, so welcome if you're new, and I hope every episode's different. I don't have a niche in the Temu world that I focus on. It could be lots of clothing and jewelry. It could be crafty items. It could be kitchen. I mean, I'm trying to do variety so that there's something for everybody. And so a lot of people just watch to talk, you know. It's my chance to talk to you, or, you know, to update you and stuff. And I am going to be, I told Jason, I said, depending on how much money I spend at the craft place, I said, is going to determine how quickly I need to do my first Whatnot auction. I am going to be doing Whatnot auctions, and I will post my referral code for Whatnot down below, because I think if you use my code to download the app, I think it gives you money to spend on one of my shows, which would be nice. I guess I don't know for sure if it would have to be spent on my show or if you'd be able to use it on anybody's show. But I really wish I'd known that, because I think Favorites with Laura probably has a referral code that I should have used, and I didn't, because she was talking about it and I just downloaded the app without even thinking. So if you've never, Whatnot is a auction app, so just keep that in mind. But it's so smooth, too smooth maybe in my case. But yeah, I bought some stuff yesterday. I should have my first packages arriving maybe as early as Wednesday for things that I bought from Whatnot, and I am going to haul those on here too, because I need the content. So so yeah, so you'll be getting to see the kind of stuff that I've bought on there. And it's very easy to find shows, auctions to watch on that platform. And you can watch without signing up too, I think. I mean, you have to download the app, but you don't have to put in your payment information unless you plan to bid on auctions. And a lot of the auctions are like 10-second auctions, and unless somebody bids and then it goes to another 10 seconds. So they're very quick, and it seems like a good kind of platform for me. And I found yesterday that you can also link, so like if I do an auction on there, I can also link it to this channel, to where when I'm live in Whatnot, it is live for you guys here too. So I don't know, that'll give me extra content. Whether anybody watches that or not, I don't know. I don't know if that'd be interesting to watch a live auction that you're not bidding on. But it helps promote my Etsy shop, because I will be auctioning things that I have in my Etsy shop. And it's going to be a learning process to see what kinds of things people like to buy. But I was joking with Jason. I said, I need to just sell everything I own on this platform. And so some days have a plus size clothing auction for the clothes that don't fit anymore, you know, that kind of thing, because you can sell anything on there. Well, probably not everything, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so it seems like it's very simple to do, and simple works well for me. So I ordered like a tripod slash ring light holder contraption from Amazon that I'm going to use to film the auctions, and then I just have to have either my phone or a computer next to me to run the auction. And you can do giveaways, so I'll be able to post some things for giveaways, and I'm like saying all this stuff kind of as a educational thing in case you're not familiar with whatnot. But like when a seller does a giveaway, they can either just do a straight giveaway where anybody can enter, or they can do where you have to like and follow their shop, which I'll probably do in the beginning because nobody's gonna know. It's just like YouTube, right? Trying to build your subscribers or your followers. And then sometimes you can do giveaways that only people that have purchased items in your show can opt into. I haven't quite figured out how to do that as a buyer yet. I think I accidentally figured it out once, but yeah. And the shipping, I've watched several videos on the shipping because that part freaks me out, but I think it's super simple. It seems super simple. You just pretty much put in the weight of the item that you're auctioning, and then it figures everything out. And then at the end, it gives you a label to print out. So the other thing that's different with Whatnot is that the seller doesn't get paid until the person receives the item. So I've won bids and the money has left my hands the moment of the bid. The moment you win the bid, if you have pop-ups or notifications, you see, like for me it's PayPal, so I see the PayPal come down that I spent $2.36 or whatever. But the seller doesn't get it until you get their product. So that's one thing to help protect, another way to help protect the buyer, I guess, and to help incentivize the seller to get it out the door as quickly as possible. I think Whatnot wants you to have it out the door within 2 days. So yeah, because people, when they're spending money on an auction, they want their stuff right away, right? I mean, I know I do. So yeah, so I gotta spend some time making up some ephemera packs, because I don't want to just sell the stuff that's in my shop, because some of that stuff doesn't sell well. So I think I need to do something different, but I'm looking to have like $1 starting prices on it, you know, because at least a lot of the auctions I like watching, that's kind of where they start. And then by the time they're done, it's still a reasonable price for whoever wins it. Although I have seen some start at, you guys, I saw one yesterday start at $1 and it ended up at $42. Now I don't have anything that people would bid that much for, but yeah, I was like, whoa. But yeah, so it's fun, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna be using it to help supplement well, maybe money for this channel if I am able to sell anything. I don't know. I think like there's an incentive for me to have my first show, I think, before Thursday, but it's going to be hard for people to find me, I think. I don't know. Like, I don't know what their algorithms are, if that is such a thing, or if I just put my show in the ephemera section. I mean, you kind of scroll through it like you would like Instagram kind of thing. So yeah, but if I do have a show, I'll post in my community feed that I'm having one, although not very many people look at the community feeds. So I don't know. It's all new. It's all new. I'm learning. And maybe it will be a good supplement to help this channel so I can keep doing this and spending time with you guys. So wow. Well, that's way more than you wanted to know. So let me just end by saying thank you so much for your support and for coming back whenever hopefully you've subscribed and clicked the bell so you get notifications. especially now that I'm not filming every day. That way you'll get the notification that, hey, I've got a new video, and my thumbnails for February aren't all the same. So then you won't, you know, be thinking, oh, I already saw that video. So yeah, I still suck at coming up with thumbnails, but it is what it is. There's so many people that want to help me for a fee do that, and it's just, it's not happening. So thank you is what I'm really trying to say after all those words, is thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.